So, what is the secret to choosing the best pre-med school for undergrad? If you've tried researching this topic yourself, then you have probably seen lists of top medical schools, you've read forums and blogs, all trying to steer you into any number of different directions. The Ivy Leagues, of course, dominate those searches. And choosing your pre-med school can feel like a really big decision. And it is an important decision, but these lists and blogs and forums all often avoid the central question, and that is, what's the best pre-med school for you? Choosing a school that you're comfortable with and where you can find academic success should be the key to making your decision. So I'll talk about some things that you should consider when looking at potential pre-med schools in just a minute. First, hi, my name is Dr. Sarah Klebe. I'm an admissions expert with BeMo Academic Consulting. I am joined by a very special guest today, which is this little muffin right here who refuses to leave my lap right now. So if you see her tail swishing around, please don't mind her. So I want to give you 4 things that you should consider when thinking about or looking at potential pre-med schools. First, what resources are available to students, and do the resources offered meet your own individual needs? You need to check and see what each school offers in terms of things like academic advising and staff support. Schools that have reputable faculty can be vital in helping you network. They can make sure that you're taking the courses that you need to take in order to get to where you need to be. And they'll work with you for years and years, helping you develop all the skills that you need to get to where you want to go. So knowing if a school offers advising and what kinds of advising they offer is critically important. This is your support staff. This is your network. This is your group of people who know what they're doing and what you need to be doing in order to succeed. So some schools will have specific pre-med counselors, some will have academic advisors, some will have both, and they'll give you all kinds of valuable advice. Do not underestimate this. The importance of having a pre-med advisor and an academic advisor, or both, even better, is just, it's incredible. It can make a huge difference in the quality of your learning and the ability to tailor your learning needs, or tailor to your learning needs. So these can be really influential in helping you get to where you want to go. Number 2, don't rely just on admissions statistics. Those acceptance rates are often either inflated artificially or are very selective in terms of how the information is presented. Maybe they only count students who applied to MD schools and not to DO or international schools. They can really do whatever they want with these numbers. They can count only the students who got in, ignoring all those students who maybe start off as pre-med in their freshman year, only to have those numbers dwindle throughout subsequent years. They can skew data. They can falsely imply that if you get into this university as a pre-med student, then you have this high percentage chance of getting into this other medical school later. But if you can't rely on these admissions statistics, what should you base your decision on? And again, that comes back to your own needs and your own wants. You're going to be spending a number of years in this area, in this school, and so you need to make sure that your academic needs are fulfilled and that your own individual needs are fulfilled effectively. So thinking about location is really important. You're going to be here for a number of years. Where do you live right now, and where do you want to live? Remember, tuition rates can vary incredibly by in-state versus out-of-state residents. Proximity to a good hospital system can be great for your own shadowing, for networking. If there are nearby medical schools, that can be advantageous for meeting faculty early on, making important connections for later. Finding a school that has an early acceptance program to a nearby medical school is also something to look into. Not all schools have these opportunities. And again, overall life quality, also important. Are you actually going to be happy studying where you are? You're going to be there for at least 4 years, and that's a long time. So make sure you're happy where you are. Find that balance between a reputable school that meets your needs and somewhere that you would actually like to live. If that's within your home state, close to your family, awesome. If that's somewhere on the other side of the continent or the other half of the country, also fine. When you're not studying, you're going to be living a life outside that school, outside that classroom, and that life is valuable. You don't have to sacrifice everything. What extracurriculars or volunteer opportunities are available to you in that area? These are all things that you should be considering when thinking about a university for your pre-med. And of course, cost is another factor. It is unfortunate that money dictates our choices, but it does at least play a factor for most of us. And again, you need to sort of do an equation in your head, that cost to benefit ratio. Where can you get the cheapest tuition and still get the best education? Look into scholarship opportunities. Some are institution specific. File your student aid forms really early so you know what you're working with, what kind of student aid or student loans you can work with if you're willing to take out that kind of debt. That path to becoming a doctor is a really long one and unfortunately often a really expensive one. So save money where you can. If you can save a lot of money by going with your in-state schools, using in-state tuition, then see what universities and opportunities are available in your state and if they meet your needs. See which ones have associations with medical institutions. Also look at the cost of living in the area, right? Some places have relatively low cost of living where you can get a lot for much less money, as opposed to big cities where things are necessarily going to cost a lot more, even just basic fundamental rent, utilities, and other necessities. Think of these factors as you're looking through your top pre-med schools. This kind of data is going to give you a better reflection of how you're going to fulfill your needs and your wants when choosing a school than potentially inflated statistics or articles urging you to go to really expensive schools. Where you go to school is not as important as what you do when you are there. If you go to a school that's too expensive and you don't have the money for books or food, your academic performance is going to suffer. And that's going to ultimately make getting into med school much harder. You don't need a flashy degree to get into medical school. What's important is what you do with the time that you're in your pre-med. So the question, what are the top pre-medical schools, really needs to be rephrased as which pre-med schools will be at the top of your list? What's the best pre-med school for you? Choose something that fits your needs. What you do at school and how you perform there is more important than where you went. Find a school that's going to let you be the best student you can be. Weigh each of these factors carefully, make an informed decision, and pick the school that's the top school for you, not what some blogger or listicle article writer chooses. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. If so, please do go ahead, like it, share it with a friend who might benefit from it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and look for us on a variety of other social media platforms. Feel free to comment below with any questions you might have. If you'd like us to help you, click the link to our med school admissions consulting page that should appear either above or below this video, and look at the programs and schedule a free consultation with us. We'll set you up with one of our admissions consultants to answer any questions you might have and get you started on your preparations. We have programs to suit any of your needs, and we're happy to work with you to determine which plan is going to support you most effectively. As ever, thank you so very much for your time. Take good care, and I'll see you next time.